Welcome back to Deep Blue Sea, the podcast, the only podcast that delves to the depths of the 1999 shark-infested masterpiece, Deep Blue Sea, one deep blue scene at a time. I am Jay Cluett.
And I'm Mark Hoffmeyer.
And this week we have another very special guest for you from so many different podcasts all across the internet. Many different, which we'll get into. It's Sean Homrig.
Hello! What a pleasure
Sean.
to be here to talk
Welcome
about
to the
8
show.
minutes and Deep Blue Sea.
You got the long clip. This is
He did.
we have been getting an hour out of 3 minutes, and now we have an 8-minute one that we're going to try to keep in an hour, and I'm stressed out.
That's it. This is the longest chapter so far. Yeah, we have the 5.5 minutes of Synchronized Attacks, chapter 8, but also a deleted scene, which is 2.5 minutes long itself. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about here.
This is the first scary scene in the movie, I think.
It's debatable. There's the opening attack on the party boat.
Oh, that's right.
Has
That's right.
horror elements, and the previous scene when Susan's coming out into her surprise birthday party, they're setting it up to be like horror-esque.
And Scoggins dancing.
Yeah, Scoggins dancing is. Oh, let's not go back to that. It's going to give me nightmares.
Oh, we'll talk about Scoggins again this episode.
But yeah, this is horror heavy, but also this is where things start to get crazy as well, with some of the shark antics in chapter 8.
Can I tell y'all something?
Go for it.
I was working on this article back in the day, and it was about Star Wars, finding tiny moments in the Star Wars franchises, and then it was for Cracked. So if you go look at Mark Hoffmeyer Cracked, you'll see the article. But I noticed everybody arbitrarily turning knobs, and every spaceship in Star Wars, people are just flicking switches. I don't even know why they're flicking them. It's just an actor going ham on starships. But I love Michael Rappaport's turning of the knobs in this clip. I thought he did a great job turning off the fuel in this clip. He has his gloves on. Sam Jackson said he didn't know what he was doing. And the commentary. But I think his turning off of the fuel valves is some of the best turning of things I've ever seen in my life in film. I'm going to say it right now.
So this is, okay, great knob turning. That's great. Okay. I didn't think of that, but I can't think of any worse knob turning in any movie that I've seen.
If you need a knob turned, you call Rappaport.
Yeah.
That's what they say. You call Mikey Rapp.
Totally means a different thing where you're from. Jim.
Yeah, it does.
I think it means the same.
I guess, I don't even know if it's what is it? I mean, he's just turning like this little, I don't know what it is, but his arbitrary spinning of things and looking at computers in this clip is A-okay. I got to give credit to Rappaport for doing good computer acting.
I don't think anything beats Sandra Bullock in The Net, which is an hour and a half of her looking at a computer screen, shaking her head and just plugging away at the keys. I've never seen that movie. That's what I heard about it.
That's an accurate description.
I don't know if it's any better, but I got to tell you, the first time I've ever in my life thought to myself, that's really good staring at screen acting, is Alicia Vikander in Jason Bourne. The movie's bad, but watching her stare at green screens and pretending to act, I'm like, she sold me. She is looking at data analysis right now, and she's pointing at a car, go get it. And I'm like, go get it. Like, it was some of the best staring at a blank screen acting I've ever seen in my life from Alicia Vikander. Oscar winner.
You know what? We could make a list. This would make a great list.
Yeah. Hackers.
Yeah. I just watched Ghost the other day, and there's some great computer acting in that as well. When that guy reveals that he finds out that the $4 million isn't in the bank, and that the bad guys are going to kill him.
Goldeneye. I'm invincible.
That's my go-to of Jurassic Park. Ariana Richards, Lex. She's doing some hacking at the end with Tim behind her.
And Sam Jackson saying, hold on to your butts and typing things.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell me I did not just see that.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if someone pressured me on the street, like, hey, come over here. Who did the best computer acting ever? And I got kind of threatened. I'd say Rappaport, Deep Blue Sea. First thing off my mind.
And they'd be, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You go.
And then they would just skulk.
About that.
They would skulk away depressed. Like, everything I knew is not what I know. I see them 3 months later and they're driving a Jaguar in like a 3-piece suit.
Turn their life around. I will not sell death sticks. I will go home and rethink my life.
Yep. And he looks at me and he goes, thanks, man. And then he burns out. And his license plate says Jaguar. And I'm like, no, it says Scoggins. So then that's...
It's SCOGZ.
Scogs. Skog 69. It's like, oh, come on. Yep, that's the thing right there.
There we go. Okay. So yeah, in this scene, we've got a few things going on here. We start off with Brenda in the radar lounge, as we called it.
Yeah.
Seeing the storm, and then we've got Preacher doing some cooking. It's basically the morning after the night before where they all got drunk at the party. There's a lot more in the deleted scene of them all being hungover. We just see Preacher and Susan, and then it's getting ready for the test. So Carter goes shark wrangling.
Can I say something about
Absolutely.
the kitchen scene? Can I say, Preacher? I must look up maritime health laws because there's got to be a reason that they're allowing his bird gets to sit in like a pot, and I'm like thinking like, isn't that like dirty?
It's
like
a
you wouldn't.
major health code violation.
Yeah, I am going to complain to the maritime health code people about that because those birds just poop when they feel like it.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
The first shot you see of Preacher with a bowl full of cake mix, those aren't chocolate chips in the cake mix.
Well, that's its poop pot. That's the bird's poop pot.
That's just full of, oh my God, there's so much.
He trained the bird to just go in that pot. That's his poop pot.
This is where we've come, gentlemen, talking about the bird poop pot.
Listen, we've all thought about it.
In the show as
We've
well.
all thought about it, and it's obvious. It's very uncleanly. It's not clean. But I'm telling you, that parrot,
disgusting.
it hangs out in there, and that's its poop pot. It's trained. It's like a cat.
That's the poop pot.
That's my theory. Because you said they're smart, Jay, and they can be great partners.
Yes, yeah. These particular kinds of parrots, the blue-fronted, whatever it was called, I can't remember.
Yep.
The blue-fronted Amazon, I think it was.
Yeah, they go to 40 years old, you said, and they're trained, and they can drive your Jaguar if you need it.
Absolutely, I mean, it's hard to build up those leg muscles to be able to maneuver the wheel, but they can do it. I love LL Cool J's head bob, mimicking the parrot. It's some of the best head bobbing.
Yep.
You can tell he's got a dance background.
If somebody cornered me in the street and said, Mark, which actor has done the best acting opposite a bird? I would just say LL Cool J, Sherman Preacher Dudley, Deep Blue Sea. It would change their life. 3 weeks later, I seen him in the roles. That's
not going to change their life. That is the obvious answer.
Yeah, you're right. They'll just be like, thanks for nothing.
You're just reaffirming everything they know.
Then I get robbed.
The Kratos was poorly. Damn it.
You changed my buddy's life, but not mine. Okay.
Good.
I tell you, though, tiny drumsticks sound delicious.
You can eat parrot. I looked it up. Parrots can be cooked and eaten. It's not recommended. Apparently, there's an old Australian joke where if you want, the best way to cook a parrot is to put boil some water, stick it in with a boot, and when the boot becomes soft, eat the boot and throw the parrot away. That's apparently the best way to eat a parrot. Yeah. I didn't think it was a funny joke, so there's no joke.
Okay.
What do you, seasoning the boot?
As in boot tastes better than parrot, I think is the...
Oh, no, I know, but like you could put anything in with the boot. Like some bouillon, some salt, but you're putting a parrot in with it?
Yeah, well, maybe there's some flavor to it. Either way, parrots can be eaten. Just like most birds, apparently, as long as they're cooked properly. It's the same thing as chickens. As long as it's fully cooked, you're fine, but not recommended.
I tell y'all what.
We see the podcast does not condone parrot eating.
If you want to get just a cringe out of people, say that joke to them at a bar. Just randomly tell them that. You'll see some of the weirdest cringes ever from that joke.
I could imagine them. We're not using video today, but I could imagine them on you and Sean.
Yeah.
And all the listeners.
You tell someone, and then they would be like, I'm a parrot handler. How dare you? Or there's all these gasps in the bar, and everybody looks right at you, and you find out you're actually in a hotel bar, and there's a parrot handler convention. And you just insulted them all.
That's a Far Side comic right there. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Parrot.
I've actually been to a parrot convention before.
For real?
No.
By all means, Mark, tell us more.
Yeah, so I used to run Comic-Cons, and one time I needed to get coffee for somebody, and I snuck into another one. It was just loaded with birds.
Oh, Parrot Con?
Yep, Parrot Con. Jimmy Buffett was playing. They had a Key West theme. Yep. Parrot Bay Rum sponsored it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right.
Very dirty. Very unhealthy. A lot of people slipped on. There weren't many poop pots in this place. I'll tell you that.
Just one big one in the middle.
Clunk, clunk. Oh, brother.
Fountain.
And also, I just want to say, since I brought up parrots and turning knobs, I love the techno crane shot when Carter Blake is about to get into the wet entry. I mean, that's an expensive shot that they did right there, where they kind of zoom around, get on him, then they pull back through the entry. That's a beautiful techno crane shot in Deep Blue Sea. So when people are like, it's so bad it's good, it's a beautiful techno crane shot. I mean, there's ambition. They didn't have to do that, but it looks great. I don't know if y'all noticed that.
No.
Oh, man, that shot is legit when he's about to jump in. So when you're watching this clip, when you're watching this chapter, look out for that techno crane shot because, I mean, listen, it's Deep Blue Sea about sharks eating people, and a 3-second clip, they have a techno crane beautiful shot. It's so cool. So, yeah, watch it. You have to get the crane in there, get it in the studio. That's a lot of work.
I'm watching it now, and yeah, it's a very impressive shot. Yeah.
Yes.
Timing it with the doors opening, the portal opening at the right speed.
It's perfect.
I have a question.
Yeah, it's impressive.
I only watched it up to this moment. I've seen the movie before. I know pretty much everybody dies, and I know who lives. But my question is, how many sharks are there? Are there 2 big giant sharks and then a bunch of smaller sharks?
There's 3 genetically modified sharks. They've got 2 Gen 1s and 1 Gen 2. So there's 2 that are slightly smaller, and then the behemoth that they bring up on the platform in this scene is the Gen 2. And there was a tiger shark earlier on that got eviscerated and eaten by the other 3.
So the shark that they bring up, that Carter brings up, is one of the big sharks that we see.
It's the big shark, the Gen 2.
That did not look like a big shark.
It
looked like a big shark.
Yeah. In the movie, they call it 45 feet for some reason, but it's a 26-foot shark. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
And here's the thing. This is my theory come to life. My theory is that this movie is a prison escape film. And in this scene, Carter Blake shoots it with a dart. There is no platform under it, and it starts sinking. There's no above, below, anything. Somehow he's able to take that shark, that massive 2,000-pound shark, and somehow swim it onto a platform that he was nowhere near. So this shark is helping Carter. So Carter's like, I'm really strong. I'm pushing this shark up. This is really easy. In the back, the shark's doing little swims, and it stops when Carter looks. And then Carter's swimming, then the shark does it again. Because I don't see a rope that he tugged the shark up to. That shark was sinking. So did he grab a big cable and attach it to its tail and bring it up to the platform? Or did he guide it? Because the thing just didn't land on the platform. That shark
and there's
helped him
2
get
other
there.
sharks in there as well, not attacking him whilst he's doing this.
Exactly. And they just did those synchronized attacks to mess with him. And they take out all the cameras. They do that, which I love. And they took out the cameras because they didn't want the Aquatica crew to see a little giant shark swimming while Carter Blake thought he was being Superman.
To see these 2 smaller sharks helping him get the big shark onto the platform.
Yeah, they're hiding.
Talk about Far Side.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a perfect Far Side. So it's like these sharks went up there on purpose. It wasn't knocked out. It just because it was sinking. You can't get it up to that platform. So this shark helped Carter Blake, and Carter didn't even realize it because Carter's working there because he's a former parolee. He's been to jail, so he doesn't know much about sharks. So he just thinks he's a bionic stud muffin carrying this shark up to this platform. But that shark did it. That's Jay. You can't this is it. This shark.
I've agreed with this theory the whole way along, Mark.
Yeah, for years actually.
Here as well. There is no possible way that he could have got that shark onto this imaginary platform without the shark wanting to be there, or a hell of a lot of luck.
And because they were nowhere near that platform, nowhere near it.
Unless it's not a tranquilizer or some kind of mind control thing they shoot him with, but even then, that's more fantasy than this film.
Wow, that would have made the movie really good.
Well,
it's already really good.
Jaws: The Revenge, it's mind control.
Oh God,
a remote control shark.
Yeah, it's just I'm telling you, this shark was swimming a little bit, or I don't know what it was doing, but it was helping Carter get it up there, and Carter just wasn't even thinking about it because he had a gun in his hand too. So did he grab the shark by the fin and be like, man, I'm just really strong today, guys. I don't know what it is. Maybe they're my new creatine. But he just swims that thing up there like it's nothing on this platform. But the shark did it itself. It knows all the steps. This is its prison escape right here. Its best chance.